Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing a weekly recap. I have not done one of these in ages. It's been months really since I last done one of these, but I thought it'd be an interesting video because it's a weekly quick recap where I've taken no trades. And the reason I'm making the video is because I do believe even I'm taking a personal break from trading. If you look at my last video I made on my YouTube channel, I explain why I'm taking a break and why I think other people should take a break from the market every now and then. But yeah, it's a weekly recap with no trades. So you're thinking, well, what is there to recap? Well, that's the whole point. Even when you're not trading in the market, even when you're not participating in the market, you still need to be doing stuff to make yourself better as a trader. Um, and when you take breaks away from the market, it's very difficult to come back. So the point is to never take a break from the market, but you need to take yourself out of the market to really look back and reflect on what's happening around you and to get better as a trader. But yeah, so let's move into the weekly recap and what I've been doing really the last week. So I've been doing a lot on technical analysis. I've just read a new book from, as you can see here, here's the book here. It's a masterclass on technical analysis. It's quite an advanced book. Um, it starts off quite basic, going over the general concepts and I've been training technical analysis for a while now, but I wouldn't say my technical analysis is that advanced. I love the good Edwards and McGee, the old school stuff that makes technical analysis so long had such good longevity. Is that these head and shoulders patterns, these bullish flags, um, bullish and bearish fat flags. You got trend lines and all this stuff. That's the stuff I use in my own analysis as well, to gain context of what's actually happening. And of course, I'm a trader who uses mainly fundamental analysis, and technical analysis is really just an entry. But I'm trying to increase my and better my discretion this week. That was the main sort of topic, was how can I improve my discretion in the market, as mostly, well, people who've been trading for a while, is that they realize mechanical strategies aren't really the way forward, and trading mechanically is sort of like a lie that people in a TikTok bubble tell you to try and do to join their courses. But actually building a discretion in the market is what makes you a long-term trader, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it. But for me, I'm trying to become a long-term trader in the market. I want to be trading for 10, 20 years plus, and that's, to do that, you need a very good discretion, and you need to be able to really be good at reading market context pretty well. So the way I did it was literally going onto the charts myself and going in detail on, since about 2014. This was just on USD CAD. I picked a random pair and really delving into the depths of what's happening here. Why is price doing this, and how, from a technical point of view, is happening. I'm drawing out my flags, my support and resistances, my areas of consolidation, and why this is happening. And this is just, when we come down, we can see slowing and fatiguing markets. And then when we see fatiguing markets, we can then see further upside, and we see support at the 200 EMA, and we're now turning into a bullish market. Then we go back below the 200 EMA. EMA is crossed, and we're looking for a bearish market. And of course, momentum starts to slow. We get consolidation, and we'll fail. We break highs here, but then again, consolidation falls to the lows. And that's what I'm looking at. This is the discretion I'm trying to gain. It's got consolidation after obviously a big drop in price. Close EMA stalling. So each time I'm bringing up a different topic of why things in the market is happening. I'm using RSIs occasionally, RSI divergences, etc., to really get a good understanding of what's happened here. Here we go, RSI divergences. And I did a lot of back testing. I didn't back test my strategy really, my own technicals. I was back testing things like bearish, not to make a strategy. I've already got a strategy, but it's all to do with building this discretion, this idea of how can I really make my discretion better in the market. My win rate is only 40%, in that test there. But that was what it was really about, is about like just gaining my understanding of these concepts, and further depthening my ideas of why markets do, and how this idea of momentum and volume is really important as a technical trader to understand it. And of course, I'm not really ever going to rely heavily on technicals, just because I see more of an edge of fundamental analysis personally, and that's sort of what my skills cater towards. But that's not to say that you should really be leaving your technicals on the table. Technicals are still very important in the market to be able to actually enter and exit trades, and set stop losses, set TPs. Technical analysis is what decides that, whether to hold trades, whether to close break even, because you need to be able to read price action, to read volume. And once you can start to do that and pair it with things like fundamentals, etc., then you can become a really good trader, a hybrid trader in the market, which is what I see the majority of legit traders online to be. They don't seem to be dependent on just fundamentals or dependent on just technicals. It seems to be a mix of both, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do in my own trading as well. So that was quite a big topic in this week's recap. I was also making some content for my fundamental people in my Discord. I've got a Discord, free Discord, in the description below. You guys can join. And I've also been using this new tool called TradeSafe Plus, which is really cool. It's got a fundamentals area, as you can see here, which tells you, this is only just in the beta mode, but all of these different currencies, it puts it all in a big graph. It tells you which is the most bullish, which is the most bearish, fundamentally in terms of like CPI, PPI, retail sales, crowd sentiment, COT report, seasonality, trend, and it puts it all into a table here, and it tells you the most bullish and bearish. So I'll leave that in the description go, because I actually do believe it's quite a good product. And it's got, back testing as well. It's got journaling. So it's a pretty cool website, and I've been playing around with this. Here's my personal journal for 2026. I just have a 64% win rate, which is pretty well. This is my best start to a year I've ever had, which is kind of crazy, considering what's happening in the war. But yeah, I just want to make this video because I do believe some people just think when you take a break, you just don't look at the charts, you don't do anything with trading, and I just don't believe that should go through people's minds. It's a constant game being in the markets. The markets adapt and evolve all the time. News and things change all the time. You just got to be on top of it all the time. Doesn't mean you have to be in the market, but it means that you should always be looking at the market, even when you're having times off and trying to bet yourself as a trader. This is what you have to do. You have to put your own time into this, and see no rewards for years upon end, but eventually you do be able to develop an edge in the market, and you become the edge, which is the main thing, and that's what I want. I don't want my strategy to be the edge. I don't want my back testing or to be the edge. I want to be the edge in the market, because I'm the only person who's going to be trading my edge, and I'm going to be the person trading my edge for years to come. So yeah, that's really wrapping up the video. Really, it's not a long one. I just wanted to say what I was doing. Took no trades this week. Probably no trades next week either, as I am, like I say, taking a break on, with my family this week and stuff. So I don't really want to be looking the charts too seriously. But I'm still going to obviously be making content. Obviously, keep looking and building my edge, like I say. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. But thank you.